Kcal News, Los Angeles.
Oh no, 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 no! Oh my God, oh my God!
Now at 8, searching for answers 1 day later. New details about the pilot in this helicopter crash that injured 5 in Huntington Beach.
New hope for families of hostages and displaced Palestinians in the Middle East, where the push for peace stands tonight.
And bracing for the storm, calm tonight, but this time tomorrow, rain will be moving into Southern California. We're timing out the system in next weather. Good evening, everyone. I'm Gio Insignares.
And I'm Hunter Sowards. Welcome into Kcal News at 8, streaming live on CBS News Los Angeles. We begin with this. Tonight, federal investigators are in Huntington Beach after yesterday's helicopter crash that hurt 5 people.
And Kcal News reporter Lauren Posen has dramatic new video of the crash and new details on the pilot.
That video shows just how scary things were, not only for the pilot and that passenger, but for the people on the ground, too. The wreckage is still here. Earlier, NTSB investigators were on scene. There's a lot of questions about what caused this helicopter to go down and who the victims are. Friends of the pilot say he's well known in the aviation community. New video captures pure chaos of this helicopter spinning out of control. People scrambling for cover by nearby stairs while a man sprints to save a child trapped beneath the wreckage. We blurred the child's face. A day after the heart-stopping crash in Huntington Beach, people still can't believe it.
I came down to have breakfast with my friends and we walked over here to take a look at it.
Saturday's crash involved a Bell 222 helicopter, as the beach and surrounding area were packed with people. Dramatic cell phone video shows the helicopter dipping toward the tree line before suddenly losing control, spinning wildly as a piece flies off, then crashing into palm trees near the Hyatt's pedestrian bridge.
I saw about 5 or 6 videos, and each and every one had an incredible different angle.
The pilot and passenger were pulled from the wreckage and rushed to the hospital, along with 3 others on the ground, including a child. Officials haven't released their names, but we learned the helicopter is registered to Eric Nixon after looking up its tail number. Nixon Helicopters posted on social media saying the pilot and passenger are safe and were taken to the hospital after the crash. Friends of Nixon's also posted online about his injuries, saying he broke his ribs and fractured his spine.
The pilot's a hero to me, the way he handled the situation.
NTSB investigators walked through the crash site, examining wreckage still lodged between palm trees. Kcal flew overhead, and you can see debris scattered across the parking lot, including parts of the tail and tail rotor system. City officials say the helicopter was set to take part in Sunday's Cars and Copters event that went on as scheduled, raising money for the Huntington Beach Police Department and community.
We felt moving forward with this was the right thing to do because some of these dollars are going to help some of the people that were hurt.
Still, many people couldn't shake the shock from what happened just a day earlier.
It was a horrible thing to see. I was very close to the situation, and I wasn't expecting that.
NTSB investigators say they expect to release a report in the next 30 days. However, it's unclear when the wreckage will be removed. Reporting in Huntington Beach, Lauren Posen, Kcal News.
An incoming storm could bring heavy rain and flooding to parts of Southern California to start the week. A flood watch has been issued for people living near any burn scars, including near the Eaton and Palisades fires that burned earlier this year.
Yeah, all eyes are on this. Residents in Sierra Madre have already started prepping today. City officials are giving out sandbags to people who want to safeguard their homes from potential debris flows. City street crews also placed tarps and barriers in place that could be subject to flooding. And it's, of course, all prompting a next weather alert this week.
Kcal News meteorologist Olga Spina here now with our next weather forecast. Olga?
Yeah, we're looking at that next weather alert in place Tuesday into Wednesday. Wednesday still bringing us some cool temperatures, but winds will also be part of the equation. So we have a lot of big changes headed our way weather-wise as we head into this new work week. So widespread rain, wind, and chilly temperatures for this time of year with this next weather alert that's going to impact all of us. Here's a look at our radar currently. So things are quiet, but things will be changing by this time tomorrow. We'll start to see some rain moving into Ventura County. Already we are feeling some cooler temperatures. Yesterday we saw a big drop in temperatures. Today even further by a few degrees for most areas except in the high desert. So we did top out in the 70s and 80s for most of us. Tomorrow afternoon, even a bigger drop in temperatures. Most of us in the 70s, upper 50s across our mountain communities. And And then the big changes with the rain moving in. I'll time that out for you next in our next weather forecast.
Olga, thank you. A small brush fire in Whittier Narrows near Montebello this afternoon. You see that smoke billowing from the fire. It burned about 1 acre at Lincoln Avenue and San Gabriel Boulevard. Firefighters attacked it from the ground and from the air using helicopters.
President Trump is headed to the Middle East, where he will co-chair a summit to officially end the war between Israel and Hamas. Trump is expected to meet with families of hostages in Israel tomorrow. And Torian Small reports those families are counting down the hours until their loved ones are released.
President Trump is set to depart for Israel and Egypt as the ceasefire holds ahead of the release of Israeli hostages. On Sunday, a spokesperson for the Israeli government said remaining hostages are expected to be released early Monday as a group.
We are expecting all 20 of our living hostages to be released together at one time to the Red Cross.
But Hamas is struggling to meet the Monday deadline to return the remains of the deceased hostages.
We are looking forward anxiously to seeing our hostages back home tomorrow, the latest, and see all the hostages, including the hostages who are not alive anymore.
On Sunday, the president of Israel praised President Trump for his role in facilitating a peace agreement.
President Trump will be received by masses of Israelis, by the nation of Israel, in gratitude.
President Trump will address the Israeli parliament on Monday before traveling on to Egypt, where he's expected to meet with Egypt's president and leaders from more than 20 countries to discuss peace in Gaza and the Middle East.
This is a very special event. There are 500,000 people yesterday and today in Israel, and also the Muslim and Arab countries are all cheering. Everybody's cheering at one time. That's never happened before.
On Sunday, 8 trucks departed from Egypt for Gaza in a bid to address what humanitarian aid workers have called a famine. And thousands of Gaza residents who fled their homes to safer areas during the conflict returned to their homes, many of which have been reduced to rubble. Torian Small, Kcal News.
The Trump administration says they'll keep fighting to send the National Guard to Chicago. This all comes after an appeals court once again blocked the administration's ongoing push to deploy troops there. An Illinois federal appeals court ruled yesterday new National Guard deployments will not be allowed, but troops already on the ground may stay. Vice President J.D. Vance and Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker both addressing the legal battle today on ABC This Week.
Well, I think Governor Pritzker has certainly failed to keep the people of Illinois safe. We're trying to help him, and we're trying to help the residents of his biggest city. I wish that he would let us, because he certainly isn't doing the job himself.
Am I afraid? I am not afraid. Do I think that he could do it? He might. But as I've said before, come and get me. I mean, you're dead wrong, Mr. President and Mr. Vice President.
President Trump and other administration officials claim federal forces are necessary to control crime and protect federal agents, while leaders in those cities say there's no need for National Guard troops and accuse the Trump administration of overstepping its authority.
A court date is set tomorrow for a man accused of attacking CHP officers during ICE operation protests in June. The officers were clearing demonstrators off the 101 freeway in downtown LA when they were pelted with scooters, rocks, and other items. We're showing you that video there. Kcal was over the scene during the chaos. A masked protester allegedly threw large rocks onto 2 moving California Highway Patrol vehicles. Officers were inside at the time. The suspect was identified as 39-year-old Adam Palermo. He was arrested days later. Palermo is also accused of lighting a parked LAPD patrol vehicle on fire. His arraignment is set for tomorrow morning.
I'm focused on my recovery, and I want to see my wife. I want to see my son, my 2 baby girls.
An emotional Mark Sanchez released from an Indianapolis hospital, saying he's focused on recovery. After he was released, he was booked and then released from the Marion County Jail. Sanchez faces charges related to a fight outside an Indiana hotel where the ex-NFL quarterback turned sports broadcaster was stabbed.
An e-scooter wreck is sparking a national safety initiative on college campuses. 2
Cal State Fullerton soccer players remain in the hospital after they were severely hurt in the crash 2 weeks ago. The women, Lauren Turner and Ashlyn Gwynn, were not wearing helmets. Now, their coach has implemented a rule for his players requiring them to wear helmets when they ride. says the tragic story is spread across campuses, inspiring other coaches to do the same.
Intention for all of our players who ride e-bikes or ride scooters to have to be able to use those helmets. You can't afford one. We're going to go shopping this week while we're on the road and buy helmets for our freshmen who might not have the financial resources to go out and buy their own.
Coach Brown, as you heard there, says his hospitalized players continue to make progress in their recovery.
Still ahead for you tonight, a stalemate on Capitol Hill.
The government shutdown stretching into week 3 with no end in sight, but hundreds of laid-off workers